Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Faradiba Almamevia and I'm from D class. In this video, I would like to explain about phonological rule. Okay, today's discussion is definition of phonological rule, types of phonological rule, characteristic of phonological rules, and the last is function of phonological rule. Okay, let's start with definition of phonological rules. Phonological rules are part of communication through language, whether spoken or written, and knowing what they are and why they exist can help us better understand our world. Phonological rules can describe how phonemes are realized as their allomorph in a given environment. Environment in phonological typically refers to neighboring phonemes. John Goldsmith, 1995, defined phonological rules as mappings between two different levels of sound representation, in this case the abstract or underlying level and the surface level. Then Bruce Heiss, 2009, described them as generalization about the different ways sound can be pronounced in different environments. Next is types of phonological rules. There are 4 types of phonological rules. The first is assimilation. The second is dissimilation. Next is the deletion, and the last is insertion. Okay, the first is assimilation. Hyman states that assimilation refers to all adaptive modification of a segment in a chain of segments by a neighboring segment. According to Driven, assimilation is a process whereby one sound causes an adjacent sounds to be more similar to itself. Assimilation pattern manifests 3 subtypes. The first is phonetic free variation contextual assimilation. The change affects a certain segment by selecting a certain variant of that segment. The second is phonetic assimilation. It's often referred to as neutralization or syncretism. This is more systemized, not subject to free variation. It also results in the neutralization of two phonemes. And the last is morphological or morphonemic assimilation is one which affects a whole morpheme. It usually decides the morpheme variant allomorph according to a morphophonic rule. Then is dissimilation. When a sound changes one of its features to become less similar to an adjacent sound, usually to make the two sound more distinguishable, this type of rule is often seen among people speaking a language that is not their native language, where the sound contrast may be difficult. So the rule is applied for ease of production and perception. In other words, a phonological process that changes feature values of segments to make them less similar. For example, annual, annular, sexual, secular, cultural, cellular, penal, and particular. Next is deletion. When a sound, such as a stressless syllable, a weak consonant, is not pronounced. For example, most American English speakers do not pronounce the D in Hamburg, N in Canon, and K in no. So, it is a process by which a sound present the phonemic form is removed from the phonetic form in certain environment for easy pronunciation. Then insertion. Nathan as such that not only can segment be delayed, sometimes they can be inserted and instead. There seem to be 2 basic reasons for insertion: preventing cluster of consonants that violate syllable structure constraints in the language, and easing transitions between segments that have multiple incompatibilities will deal with each kind turn. Again, there are Greek-based terms for insertion at the beginning, middle, and end. Insertion at the beginning is observed in Spanish, where the language doesn't permit onset cluster. Words that are inherited from Latin with such cluster change to have an initial A instead. Instead, spatial, estudiante, student, escuela, school. Next characteristic of phonological rules. Hayes 2009 lists the following characteristic that all phonological rules have in common. The first is language specificity. A phonological rule that is present in one language may not be present in other language, or even in all dialects of given language. Then productivity phonological rules apply even to new words. For example, even English speakers is asked to pronounce the plural of the nonsense word work. They pronounce the final S as Z, not as, even though they have never used the word before. Then untaught and unconscious speakers apply these rules without being aware of it, and they acquire the rules early in life without any explicit teaching. Last is intuitive. The rules give the speaker intuition about what words are well-formed or acceptable. If a speaker hears a word that doesn't conform to the language phonological rules, the word will sound foreign or ill-formed. Next is function of phonological rules. The first is change feature vowels and add new feature, then add segment. Next is delete segment, and then phonological rules often refer to entire clauses of sounds rather than to the individual sounds. And the last is reorder segment. Then the conclusion. So you guys can read the conclusion, and I think that's enough for me. Thanks for your attention and thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy my video. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.